Okay, I have reviewed similar products to this before. This is a wireless Bluetooth headset called the UZOU. I think I'm pronouncing that right, and it is a Bluetooth 4.1 headset. I'm going to tell you the specs of it, what it's capable of. Then I'll show you it closer up and what buttons it has and various things like that. Then near the end, I'll tell you the price and if I recommend it or not. Okay, so it is primarily aimed at sporting people go to be doing things like exercising. It's a design that will hopefully stay on your head well while you're like running, jogging, at the gym, things like that, compared to some headphones, earbuds, things like that, which do fall out or drop off easily. This is designed with the exercising or sporting person in mind. Which also brings us to the point that it is actually sweat proof as well, which a lot are pretty good with sweat, but sporting ones are made and tested extremely well for sweat because, of course, if you're going to do things like sports and exercise and gym, things like that, you've got to sweat more than the regular person. So it is sweat proof. It does have a built-in microphone, so if you're at the gym or something, you get a phone call, you can easily answer it with this instead of having to go get your phone out and find your phone and interrupt what you're doing. You could carry on jogging easily, you could carry on whatever machine or whatever it is you're on at the gym, pretty uninterrupted just by clicking on the buttons on this, really quick and simple to answer your calls and talk with the microphone right there on the headset without having to worry about getting your phone out. It is compatible both with iOS, which is iPhone, and also Android smartphones. On the side, which is quite interesting, as well as having a physical on and off button and things like that, which you would expect from most headsets. The sides, and I'll point it out closer up in a minute, the sides is actually touch panel, so you can easily, while you're running and things like that, quickly just swipe on the actual side, on the earpieces on the side. You can swipe up and down for volume, up and down, left and right to skip songs and things like that, which is so handy because if you're going for a jog or you're using some sort of piece of machinery or weights or whatever at a gym, you don't want to be fiddling around with your earphones or your phone trying to fiddle with buttons, little tiny buttons on the ear cups, things like that. So this is really good for sporting people because you can easily just quickly get your hand up, swipe up and down to lower and raise the volume and things like that without having to kind of touch and fiddle around trying to find pokey little small buttons and sliders and things like that. You can just make gestures on the touch pads on each of the ear cups, which is really, really handy. As I've mentioned, it is Bluetooth 4.1, so it's a newer standard of Bluetooth than a lot of devices that are even coming out now. A lot are still 3.0 or 4.0. This is 4.1. It does have noise cancelling for its microphone as well to help your voice come out a lot clearer instead of having a lot of background noise. It does have noise cancelling. Because it uses Bluetooth 4.1 instead of an older Bluetooth such as 3.0, because it has 4.1, you can pair with up to 2 devices at one time. So with older Bluetooth devices, what you had to do was, say you had this something like this paired with your smartphone. Well, if you then went home and wanted to use them, say on your PC or Mac, like iMac, you would then have to unpair it with your phone or whatever else you had it paired with, then pair it with that other device, such as your iMac or your PC instead. So what this allows is you can have this paired with 2 things at the same time without having to unpair and repair. So that could be convenient to say have this paired with a mobile device such as a tablet or smartphone and a main home device such as a PC or Mac. So you can go out, use this on your phone, come back and use this, say, on your PC without having to unpair and repair. It's actually quite handy having 2 devices at one time with this. It is actually quite handy, especially for a lot of people. It does have some voice prompts. So, for instance, if you hit the on slider, it will say powered on. So that is quite handy. It has a long-lasting battery life, and we'll get into that more in a minute. It is quite small, mini and compact. As well as having the touch panel, there is also a power on and off button, which is a physical button, not a touch pad. There is also a multi-function button, and there is of course a USB charging port, which is how you recharge the battery, which is quite simple like a lot of devices do. You just plug in your USB and that's it. Its noise cancelling technology is CVC 6.0. Now, what is a multi-function button for? Well, it can do various things. You can use it simply to play and pause your music because the touch panel is volume up, volume down, next track, previous track. So the multi-function button is where you can click to play and pause, answer or hang up a call. That's mostly what that is for. It has various purposes, but primarily you'd either press it to play and pause your song, or if there's a call coming in, when you press it, it will answer or hang up the call instead. When you pair this, it will be probably called on your device, such as your smartphone or whatever, in the Bluetooth settings, it should be called mini level. It depends, but that's what it should come up as. Now, to be clear, I'm not sure if I was clear about this, but it's not both earpieces that are touch have a touch panel. It's on the right cup. The side of the right cup is where you touch up and down, left and right, not on both. And you click once for dynamic voice. It has automatic shutdown, so if it's on and unused for 10 minutes, it will automatically turn off to save battery. And you should fully charge the battery the first time you use it. So don't just get it out of the box, turn it on and start using it. Like a lot of devices with built-in batteries that are rechargeable, you should charge it first. Don't use it at all. Just take it out of the box, plug it in, wait for it to fully charge before you use it for the first time. So what comes in the package? What do you get included? Is there any accessories and things like that? Well, you of course get the actual ear set itself. You get a basic little manual with some instructions, and you get a very short mini USB cable, which is for charging it. You probably have some mini cables and micro USB cables around your home, but it does come with a small one, which is always handy. You can never have too many. Also, the box itself, you might want to keep this plastic part of the box. That is actually not just flimsy plastic that you rip apart. It's normal. It's actually, I found very hard, and I would describe it, it's not advertised this way, but I would describe it as a reusable package. I think it's a good, handy case to keep it in because it's made out of tough plastic, and you just open it like a box, you pull it in half, and you can take it out, put it back in, and close it. It even has a little hook for hanging it on the back. In fact, I might show you that closer up so you can see in a minute. So yeah, you get it itself, a manual, and a USB cable, and the box if you want to class it as that. It's not advertised as that. Hopefully you can see this okay because I'm behind a tripod with the camera on it. It's hard to reach around, and I've got a small screen on the back of my camera, so it's hard to focus. It's a bit hard, but anyway, here you go. And it's very flexible cable. The cord that wraps around your head is very flexible. It also it's very shiny and glossy looking with this black glossy finish, and then this silver rim looks quite stylish. And this part here on the right one, not both, on the right one is where you swipe this way. Well, if you're wearing it like that, it would be left to right to skip a song. Up and down, you just swipe with one finger. Don't use two fingers because you don't need to, and also that might confuse it and might not work. Just one finger quickly up and down or left and right, depending on what you want to do. Now on the other side, you can see these little vents here for let the audio out, and it's very soft. It's soft, squishy rubber, very soft and comfortable to wear. Now, how do you know that this which one's the right ear cup besides turn it on and experimenting with the touch panel? Well, the right one has a multi-function button on top. I don't think you can see it on camera. It might be too dark, but on top there's a button you can press in, and you know it's not the power button because it doesn't say on and off next to it. You just click it in. Now, also on the right cup, on the side, I don't know if you can see it, there's a toggle on and off. So you toggle it left for off and right for on. Okay, so if you're wearing this, it'd be down for off and up for on. that is just a power button. Let's just do it a minute. And I'm not sure if you heard it, but a female voice said power on. Then we can turn it off. And it said power off. Okay? So if you're wearing this in your ear, like this, imagine your ear is behind it, and then this is against you, it's against your head. Well, the multifunction button is on top. The power button is on the side there, which would be at the back of your head, facing the back of your head. And then this is up, down, and left and right. Up and down, volume up and down, left and right, skip song back, skip forward. Okay? It is very lightweight, stylish, comfortable. The pads on the back that I showed you a minute ago are very rubbery, soft, and squishy and comfortable. And it is touch panel, which I think is brilliant. That's something you don't always see. And it's very, very convenient and easy. And if you look at it here in my hand, you see it like that. It's all sort of very compact for traveling as well. Very good. I think it's really good. It's at quite a good affordable price as well. So for the price especially, I think this is a really good sports headset. This is what I mean by the case. Hard. And you can just do that. So I class that as a reusable case. I think it's good to hold on to that. Don't just throw it away. I think you should store your headset in that because it's an excellent case. So yeah, what do I think of it? Well, I think it's actually excellent for the price because it has a touch panel on the side, which especially at this price range, you don't really see that often. It's quite affordable headset. Plus, as well as that, it also uses the Bluetooth 4.1 version, which is newer than a lot. You can still buy even some quite recently released devices that still seem to use 3.0, perhaps even not 4.0. So it uses 1.0, which allows for pairing with up to 2 devices, which can be handy at times. It also looks stylish and it's comfortable, sweat proof and to some extent waterproof. It is lightweight and comfortable. It is touch panel, which I think is a neat feature, especially for this price range. You quickly swipe up and down if you need to quickly lower the volume, maybe to hear what somebody's saying to you next to you. Or if a song comes on and you're exercising and you don't want it particularly, you can quickly swipe to skip the song. And it even comes with packaging that isn't advertised as being a case or a holder or a carry pouch or anything like that, a carry case, anything like that. But the case, it's made of good hard plastic, not just some rubbish you open up and throw away. So I actually consider personally the case to be a reusable carry case for this. So I think all around, especially at the price, it is a good quality sporting headset, especially if you're going to be jogging, exercising, anything like this. This is a good headset. I do recommend it, especially for that purpose. And I do strongly recommend if you get it to hold on to the plastic part of this case. So I hope this review was helpful to you. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you could do me a huge favour, if you're watching this as a review on the Amazon product page, please hit the yes button next to was this review helpful to you. That'll help me out a lot as well. Thanks for watching.